Another year of incredible gaming in the books. Beautifully and passionately developed games by individuals who give their blood, sweat, and tears to deliver us products that continue to push the field and change the landscape. No one can deny that as gamers, we've been eating good. From fantasy to sci-fi to FPS and ARPGs, studios continue to impress me with innovation. With chaos all around the world, culture wars, geopolitics, work, stress, and the day-to-day human experience, video games have always offered escape and release. They allow us to become completely immersed and free our minds. They inspire us, keep us on the edge of our seat, enrage us, and even help us grow or change our perspective on the world. Hello YouTube and gaming enthusiasts. My name is Corey, aka Corlax. Gaming has always been an integral part of my life. From Sega Game Gear to Nintendo's Duck Hunt, games have never had to fight hard for my attention. My love for rich storytelling and vast lore-heavy worlds packed with creativity surely be traced back to the late nights falling asleep on the couch as my brother would play Final Fantasy VII. Today, I want to talk about the Game of the Year nominees and which game truly stuck out as special to me this year and why I think it has a strong chance of taking the award. I don't take for granted, and I constantly remind myself what a pleasure and honor it is that we are able to consume these prestigious, incredible products that developers take years to create in the matter of sometimes months or even weeks. It really is an incredible experience. When we look back at games we played growing up, I'm sure we all have fond memories of certain titles that really stuck out or had a profound experience on us. A game that truly elevated what an adventure could be. Well, for me this year, the one that stood out above the rest and truly caught me off guard was no other than Black Myth: Wukong. This game had been on my radar just slightly when I saw a glimpse of the gameplay a couple years back. Then I heard nothing for a long time until global release came and the infectious, fast-paced gameplay interlined with deep lore and next-level character design. Black Myth came out swinging and took the world by surprise. And yes, Shadow of the Erdtree also released this year, and no one, including myself, can deny the success that is from Software Studios. I give credit to Elden Ring for inspiring me to make gaming content in the first place. In fact, the first gaming video I ever had do well was an Elden Ring video. However, even I find myself questioning why a DLC is nominated. Yes, it's a huge DLC and could be considered a new game outright on its own. However, even though I'm a massive fan of Elden Ring, treating it as a new title of its own seems even a little much for me. That being said, I thoroughly enjoyed the DLC. This was a game that allowed me to become completely immersed. I was deep in a dungeon, out of potions, nervous, didn't want to lose my progress, barely killed the boss with a sliver of health left. I was so thrilled I went to bed in the most ecstatic mood. That's what gaming is all about. Now with that out of the way, let's touch on some of the other games that are nominated this year. First, AstroBot. I absolutely adore this game, right? It's super fun, it's lighthearted. Games like this serve a great purpose when you really just want to unwind. However, it's a niche PS5 game. A lot of people haven't played it. I don't think it's gotten that quite a reach, and I don't think it deserves Game of the Year. While I absolutely adore it, super fun, I don't see it taking Game of the Year. And next up, Balatro. Now, my brothers played this. I personally haven't. A couple of my friends swear by it. What's really impressive about Balatro, though, is it was made by one developer, which is absolutely applaud-worthy. Now, as far as I know, this game is basically a really fun, addictive twist on poker. It's not really for me, necessarily, but the fact that it was made by one developer is incredible. I just don't think it really has all the elements it takes to get Game of the Year. However, again, a huge accomplishment for that developer. Another one that I'm sorry I did not play, not really in my field of view. I love old school turn-based RPGs and I love anime. However, I never got a chance to play this, but I know that fans swear by it and they love the game. However, again, I don't think this quite got the reach, and from what I've seen looking at the gameplay, I just don't think that it comes anywhere near the caliber that Black Myth is on this year. Then we have the FF7 Remake Rebirth. There's really not a lot to be said about this. I enjoyed it. It really was just, revisiting an old story, but that's really what it was, revisiting an old story. It wasn't something new or innovative. It was a reskinning of an old adventure. Don't get me wrong, I had a blast. The game's incredible. It's one of the best stories in gaming we've ever had. But again, I don't think it was something innovative or deserves that Game of the Year award quite like Black Myth does. Please tell me why I'm wrong in the comments. Let me know why you love those games in the comments, and tell me why I'm wrong. Sound off, fire off at me. I'm ready. Where can we even start with Black Myth? There's so much to be said about this absolute masterpiece. Sure, it might have a couple of small flaws like no map, getting ran into walls, but those are two of like my really only gripes that are completely overshadowed by an otherwise incredible experience. I've never played a game quite like this. I heard people call it the Chinese God of War, which I think is, pretty accurate, and with the scale of the enemies and the world and just the lore, it's absolutely incredible. And this is based off a novel, Journey to the West, and I mean, when you play the game, it's just so clear how passionate the developers were. There's so much attention to detail when it comes to the armor, the pieces, the characters, the story. It really, I can't say enough. I cannot praise it enough. Every time you complete a chapter in this game, you get a new animation that was made by some new animator. Every one of the animations has a different style, and they were really emotion-provoking for me. They made me sad. They made me question things. This game really opened my eyes and just made me feel deep, weird things. That's really all I can describe. It was extremely frustrating trying to get through certain enemies. It was so rewarding when you conquered those certain enemies. I found myself constantly looking around at the world, admiring the character designs, the move sets, the abilities. I really don't know what else to say, guys. Everything from the soundtrack, the world, the weapons, the armor, the design. You can tell the developers were so passionate. In my opinion, a game of the year is a game that sticks with you forever. When I look back, I can think of games that were really profound, right? God of War, Final Fantasy, Metal Gear Solid, Smash Brothers, right? These huge titles that were really impactful in my life. Well, that's what this game did. This game was majorly impactful in my life. I found myself wanting to talk about it. And look, clearly I'm not the only one who shares this opinion. Recently, T-Pain was on Hot Ones praising Black Myth, which I just thought was so hilarious and so great.
Is there a game that you've played this year that you'd describe as a masterpiece?
Wukong. Black Myth Wukong. Good Lord, that game, that's going to be game of the year. The beautiful landscapes, the absolutely gorgeous level design, the sound. The sound is amazing. I cannot put it down. That's something like a game like that can bring two people together like that.
Couldn't have said it better myself, T-Pain. Really, I agree with all of his points so much. Now, we can even take a look here. These are recent posts, right, from Reddit, and you can see here the game has an incredibly, almost 1 million positive reviews on Steam, which is huge. Take a look at this post. People praising the attention to detail and, this needle, and as well, look at the detail on his head crown when they zoom in. Look at that. That is insane. That just highlights, that speaks volumes to the attention to detail the developers put into this game. Take a look at some of the environments. I mean, that's really going to do it. I don't want to make this video super long. I'd love to hear what you guys thought about the game. Have you tried playing Black Myth Wukong? If you haven't, I highly recommend checking it out. You will not go wrong. And did I mention the game is not even $70? It was a $60 price tag when all new AAA games are $70. I really can't say enough about how incredible this game is. I cannot recommend it enough. Get out there, give it a shot. It proved once again that a single-player game can be absolutely incredible and is something gamers desire. Pretty much going to do it, guys. I really appreciate your time. I'm brand new to making gaming content here on YouTube and taking editing a little more seriously. I recently was able to climb up to 1,000 subs pretty quickly. I'm so grateful for that and your guys' support. I've been doing little Steam gift card giveaways here and there when I hit those milestones, so maybe around 1,500, or if I can hit up to 2K subscribers, I'll do another giveaway. I really appreciate your time, guys. Feel free to share this, and again, blow me up in the comments, tell me why I'm wrong. I do all my editing on my own. I'm just a simple X-ray tech outside of here. I really appreciate your guys' time. Take care. Happy gaming. Please give me those comments. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great new year, everybody. I want to give a quick shout out to MK Ice and Fire and Robocast. I use their footage for the gameplay. And royalty-free music for the epic montage. Thanks again.